I can still hear his words, the way the officer leaned close, lowering his voice like the night itself was listening. Sir, I need you to listen carefully. Do not go home. Get somewhere safe. My fingers froze on the dashboard. Beside me, my wife shifted in the driver's seat, her knuckles bleaching white around the steering wheel. I asked him why. He glanced at her, then at me. His jaw flexed tight, and instead of answering, he slipped a folded note into my hand. Read it later. Red and blue light from the cruiser washed across her face, flashing in rhythm, and in that flickering glow I saw something I had never seen before. Fear. Not the nervous fear of a traffic stop, but something guilty, primal. I tucked the note into my pocket, forced my voice calm. Everything all right, officer. He only stepped back and said, Drive safe. We pulled away in silence. For 10 years, I believed in her, believed in us. We built a life carved from habits, coffee at 7, texts at lunch, late dinners she swore were overtime. She smiled in public, whispered tenderness in private. Or so I thought. I ignored the signs. The new perfume I never bought. Weekends she needed space. Her sudden passion for jogging despite hating it all her life. Friends hinted. I defended her every time. She loves me. I trust her. I was blind. That night, after she drifted into sleep, I locked myself in the bathroom and finally opened the officer's note. 7 words scrawled in hurried ink. She isn't who she says she is. Beneath it, a number, a detective's line. I didn't sleep. I lay staring at her shadow under the blankets, wondering who the stranger beside me really was. The next day, I made the call. The detective's voice was low, wary. You need to understand. She's been living 2 lives. She's tied to people you don't want to cross. He didn't give details, but he gave enough. Names, locations, timelines that shredded my last decade into ashes. She hadn't been working late. She hadn't been running errands. She was laundering money, moving kickbacks, weaving herself into a criminal web like it was her native skin. And me? I was her cover, her mask of normal. And the cruelest truth, she wasn't just hiding. She was preparing to erase me. Joint accounts bled out in small withdrawals. The house refinanced without my consent. Every overtime shift was another nail in the coffin she built for my future. She was preparing to vanish, with someone waiting for her on the other side. But I didn't rage. I didn't confront her. That's what she would expect. Instead, I became silent, watchful, calculated. Every smile she gave me, I mirrored. Every laugh, I returned. But in secret, I mapped her world. Hidden cameras in the house. GPS trackers on her phone. Email accounts mirrored. What I uncovered could have broken me. Instead, I turned it into my weapon. Bank transfers to ghost accounts. Recordings of whispered meetings. Photographs of her slipping into hotel rooms with men she swore she didn't know. I built a case, brick by brick, until her double life sat neatly in my hands. Then I planned her collapse. First, I secured myself, moved money quietly, opened new accounts, sealed off everything she could drain. Second, I duplicated the evidence, timed releases hidden in safe places, in case something happened to me. Third, I told the detective I wouldn't simply hand her over. I wanted her to fall, piece by piece, until she realized whose hand was pulling the strings. He warned me, if you go down this road, there's no coming back. I told him the truth. I never planned on coming back. It began small. She came home one night, tossed her purse down, and froze. An envelope sat waiting. Inside, a photo of her with her partner in crime. Time-stamped. Location tagged. No note, just evidence. I watched her crack. Her laugh grew brittle. She jumped when the phone rang. She began checking over her shoulder. The next envelope. Bank records. Her handwriting on the transfers. The third, her voice, caught on tape, whispering plans in a hotel room. By the fourth, she barely slept, barely ate. Paranoia swallowed her. She thought someone inside her circle was betraying her. She snapped at allies, cut ties, torched bridges. All the while, I sat across the dinner table, smiling, asking about her overtime. The breaking point came on a rainy Thursday. She stormed into the kitchen, eyes wild, clutching the newest envelope. Inside were divorce papers, already signed, assets shifted beyond her reach. You did this. Her voice shook. I leaned back in my chair, calm. Did what? Her hands trembled, paper crumpling. You think you can ruin me? I stood, leaned close, and whispered in her ear, no, you ruined yourself. I just turned on the lights. That night, the police came. Not for me, for her. The detective kept his word. My evidence was airtight, and her own people cut her loose the moment her cover crumbled. I watched from the doorway as they led her away in cuffs. Mascara streaked, eyes hollow. She never once looked back. The weeks after were silent. Friends asked if I was all right, if I missed her, but I didn't feel grief or even relief. Only clarity. I had loved a ghost, a fiction woven from lies. The woman I thought I married never existed. And the real one, well, she was locked behind bars, or worse, once her old partners caught up to her. Sometimes I wonder if she thinks of me in that cell. If she replays the moment she realized it was me all along. I hope she does, because for 10 years, she played me. But in the end, I wrote the last move, and I don't regret a single step.